Hi, everybody. This is Amandeep signing in live, and I'm just waiting for people to join it. If you have joined in on this live session, if you can give me a comment or a message just for me to understand that I am not all alone here, on this live sessions. I am with live people. Okay. If you are sending some comments, you need to make sure that you allow StreamYard to send the comments to us. Otherwise, I cannot see your messages. Anybody here, you would like to send me a message so that I can be sure? Anjan Ratu is here. Hi, Anjan. Good to see you here. And anybody else who's tuning in right now, if you can drop me a message. Okay, but people who are, if you are on our YouTube channel right now, let's see how many people are on YouTube. Okay, we have 2 people tuning in for YouTube. Great, awesome. We are building our YouTube channel, and if you are a part of our YouTube channel, or if you are watching me for the first time on YouTube, do not forget, to subscribe our channel and press on the bell icon so that you can get all the notifications, as we will be uploading, a few beauties every week onto this channel, and you will be able to learn a lot of techniques and skills about public speaking, how to conduct yourself when you are in front of an audience, and how to take them, on a journey which is mesmerizing, captivating, and very much, personal for who you are. So stay tuned on this YouTube channel, and we will be taking you through a very interesting journey, sharing all the learnings I had for over 10 years, speaking for big stages and sharing the stage with people like Les Brown, Tony Robbins, T. Harv Eker, Robert Kiyosaki, and many more. Today's topic, which we are going to cover, Hina is here, Amarjot is here. Hina and Team Brilliance, you guys need to buck up and you need to send me updates, on time, before time. I'm sorry to say this on a public platform. Okay, we are discussing about ideal parenting. There's nothing called ideal parenting, because parents are not God. Okay, they are human beings just like anybody else. I'm a parent myself. We've got a daughter. She's 2 years and about to be 4 months in a few days' time. So it is pretty challenging, for human beings to take care of their kids. I mean, sometimes you don't understand their language. Sometimes we don't get what they are asking for, or what they are aiming for or looking for, and sometimes it can be frustrating. That's the honest sharing I'm doing with you. If you're a parent, you understand you go through a lot of challenges, from sleeping patterns to waking up in the middle of the night. And if you are a man like me, who supports his woman, then you get involved. Yeah, I'm sure I cannot do what my wife does as a mother, but I chip in wherever I can, 20, 30, 40%. If I can, I don't know, chip in support in the kitchen, probably support in a bit of a cleaning, support in a bit of a housework. It helps, for the lady to get a breather. So coming back, if you are a parent, understand there is nothing called, being an idle parent. It's all about understanding, that you will do a few mistakes, and that's what perfectly, okay. We do the best we can in the given moment. I mean, if you are learning, educating yourself, and you understand about human behavior, and you understand, that you should not be projecting your beliefs on your kids, which most parents do, then you're pretty okay to go with and say, what, I'm going to keep learning, I'm going to go do better, and I will see what best I can give to my child with the present scenario and situation I have. Now coming back, this is I'm sorry, but to say this with my experience of learning for the last been 20 years, I've been on this personal development journey. The first time I came across a book was through Amway. That was in year 1998. So it's been 22 years. I read 2 books, on this journey. First 2 books I read was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and the second book I read was How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie, which opened up, my life to a human possibility. What is possible for a person to achieve and become if they are willing, to travel that journey. So coming back, I have seen this in my research, and I have also understood this, from my childhood, that a lot of fear we project on our kids. If you go back to the clipping of Three Idiots, if you go back to the clipping of Dhoni, MS Dhoni's movie, these parents, they are talking to their kids and saying, you know what, you got to get a job, you got to become an engineer, you got to be a doctor. How would you, have a living and XYZ? Now, if you go deeper, into the subconscious level of human being, you're going to understand, those are not the fear and worries of the child. Those are the fear and worries of the parent for the child, and they are projecting that fear, onto the kid. If you are projecting your fear onto the kid, it's not supporting and serving them. I'm sorry to say, my daughter doesn't need to go to school or college and get an academic degree, which I would happily do, for her. But if that's what she doesn't want to do, then I'm not going to pressurize and force her and say, you know what, you got to become a speaker like me. You got to become a project manager like your mom, or you got to become a doctor, because most Indians become doctors, or engineer, I don't know, XYZ. I think the most important skill she needs to have is to be a great human being. If she can grow up to be a great human citizen, then that's the best success, I think I would have achieved as a parent. So stop projecting your fear and, your unfulfilled dreams on your kids and asking them to be somebody which they are not. Well, if they choose to be what you really intend them to be in like a personal level, that'll be great. It'll be a great match. But if it's not the case, then don't force them, to be somebody they don't want to be. If they want to become a carpenter, let them be a carpenter. If they want to become an artist, let them be an artist. If they want to be a singer, let them be a singer. If they want to be a motivational speaker like me, then let them be a motivational speaker. If that's what they don't want to become, they want to become a doctor, then let them be a doctor. I'm not saying, that they cannot become doctor, engineers, or chartered accountants or lawyers. There's nothing wrong with it, but just that it has to be their choice. It has to be their voice. Well, support them and serve them, and give them all the understanding you can from your understanding, but that's the best you can do. But don't force them to be somebody which they are not. And be okay, if they make mistakes. No matter what mistakes they make, your kids must know that they can always come back home and speak to you and say, you know what, mom, dad, I'm sorry, this is what I did, and it didn't go as per plan. That's what happens for most of us, isn't it? As parents also, there is no guarantee that if you take a decision, it will be 100%, going to go your way. We all know that, at the age of 42, I know this, a few decisions I've taken in my life, it did not go as per my plan. Okay, but that's fine, but then you cannot expect your kids not to make a mistake. Let them explore the world, because when you explore, you go to the unknown territory. When you go to the unknown territory, you are growing, and when you're okay to explore, you will expand as a human being. And understand, expanding doesn't mean that the income is coming all the time. For most Asians and Indians, we relate expansion as per income coming in. No, you're expanding in terms of your abilities to perform and do things, and your courage level, your experience level, your knowledge, your mistakes will live with you for a long time. The best learnings for human being happen when you're emotionally charged up. Most learnings will fade away when there is no emotional association attached to that learning. That's why we cannot recollect, what we read in 10th standard or 10 plus 1, 11th standard, or 10 plus 2. I don't know if you remember, perturbation, combination. I just remember one or two term here. I've got no idea those textbooks, how did I read them? How did I clear my exams? I've got no recollection. Pretty much 99% of what I learned in non-medical plus 1, plus 2. As a matter of fact, even in BCA, I've got no idea right now. So you can't recollect because you were just learning it, cramming it, and doing it because you can clear an exam and get a piece of paper. And that piece of paper is an illusion, for most of you, that, oh, I've got a degree. That degree is not going to give you anything. I'm sorry, it doesn't matter where you're passed out for. You cannot move with that degree across the globe and say, you know what, I should get a living because I've got a degree or a piece of paper. That's the biggest, illusion people do have. Most people study, to get a piece of paper, seriously. And then they study again when they go into the live field, to learn and grow. I'm sorry, I had a couple of employees, when they came to my organization, I thought, you know what, wow, great, I found a great person to work with me. To later, I realized that I've got to, make them learn everything when it comes to the real work is concerned. Seriously, So please, guys, don't run after a piece of paper. As Amir Khan say, Kabil bano, kamyabi chak maar ke piche aayegi tumhare. So coming back, guys, if you're parents, stop projecting your fear and worries onto your kids. They have a unique journey. They will figure it out, and they will find their own, purpose or passion, their unique voice, and they'll move on, to be somebody they have to be. It's all planned, You don't have to worry about it. I'm not saying don't play your role as a parent. Support them, serve them, but don't force things on them. Parikshit Khanna, good to see you here. Amandeep Singh, hello, Amandeep. When I'm looking down, guys, I've got a screen which makes me look at the comments, so I'm not looking at the camera. Surinder is here. Hi, Surinder, good to see you here. And anybody else tuning in? I got to find out. So any questions, any feedback, let me know. I'm happy to take that, here right now. All right. So there's one more thing, my team wants me to cover today. It's about understanding money. I know I come from Indian culture. I was born and brought up in India, guys. So I'm not a guy who is born and brought up in UK. Yes, I communicate very well. I speak very well, and I have learned that. It's a skill I have developed over a period of time. So coming back, people think, what, most of the time when they can't make that money, for most of them, I'm just talking about worldly people who are in this world right now. I'm not talking about people who have become saint and they have left for the mountains and jungles, and they are completely out of the worldly level of living. That they are different people. But if you're on the worldly level and if you live among people like us and you transact in money or currency, then understand, money is not good or bad. It's your perception for the money which makes it good or bad, or let's say what you do with the money makes it good or bad. You can buy, drugs, guns, weapons with money, or you can do a lot of great things like Mother Teresa did, in the world, to look after people, to do seva, for other people. So coming back, guys, money is a skill which you can learn. Every skill is learnable. It doesn't require any special talent, but you got to learn it from the right people, from the right mentors who actually have the money. It's a pity, it's an irony that a lot of people teach you about money who haven't made that money in their life. And again, remember, guys, just talking about money doesn't make me any less spiritual. You cannot judge me because I'm talking about money, or if I use a F word here and there, or if I am sharing my belief and understanding about something. It doesn't make me any less spiritual. You have no idea how spiritual I am. And I think what, money should be with all the good people. If you are good at heart, you're kind, you're generous, you're a godly person, you pray every single day, you look after people, then the money should be with you, because then you can do a lot of great things. So you have got an obligation to get out of your ass, off your bed every single day, on time, or whatever that early morning is. Do your rituals and make that day productive. Your word, is your law for most people. If you say something, you will do it, man. I'm not talking about a personal level. And if you're at home, you're messing around with your wife or your kids, that's different. But on a work level, on a professional level, on a level where you're delivering promises, then if you say something, do it. People will know you for that. Simple. So coming back, guys, money is not good or bad. What you do with the money makes it good or bad. Simple. And you have an obligation to make money. And remember, it's a learnable skill to make money. People with a lot of money, they did not, have any special 4 hands or 20 legs, or they had, like 50 hours in a day. They had 24 hours, they had 2 arms, they had 2 legs, but they had something, mindset, which they worked on. They crafted themselves. Okay, guys, so that's all I have to share today. If you've got any questions or any feedback, let me know, because I can see some, limited feedback here. I mean, I can see comments, if you haven't allowed me to StreamYard, then I won't be able to see your comment. So it's very important that you allow StreamYard to show your comment on my live feed right now. I'm using a platform called StreamYard. So that's the reason, I can actually stream across 5 different channels right now. So maybe some of people, you're watching me on YouTube. There are some people you're watching me on my page. There are some people you're watching me on a personal profile. And then, I am also connected to 2 different groups at the same time on Facebook. Great. Excellent. So if you are tuning in onto our YouTube channel for the first time, and if you are watching me on this channel, I again recommend that you subscribe to this channel and press on the bell icon so that you can get all the notifications, because we will be putting some great videos onto this YouTube channel regarding public speaking and how to conduct yourself in front of a group or an audience. How to instantly build a rapport with your audience. What is that you should do in the beginning of your speech that will make an impact and leave you as one of the best speakers, if there are a couple of other speakers speaking alongside with you on the same stage, obviously in a different timings, not at the same timing. And sometimes it could be the same timing, maybe 4 speakers are speaking together. How do you leave an impact every time you conduct yourself, in front of an audience? Harmeet is here. Good to see you, Harmeet. I hope you're well and safe and doing good. You make money from your business, and running a business is like a spiritual journey. Of course. Tony, Robbins says that business is a spiritual journey. It is absolutely, it's an obligation. If you have got a skill, you can share it with the world. It's your gift to the world. Share it, make money, and then do some great things with the money. Simple. Okay, guys, I think that's all we have to cover. And let's see, if my team wants me to cover anything else. Okay, that's all Hina wants me to cover, the topic of money and the topic of parenting. So a quick recap. Parents, do your best you can, and also at the same time understand you are not God. So give yourself that permission to make an error here and there. That is absolutely okay. I'm not saying intentionally mess up your kids. And I'm sure no parent wakes up in the morning thinking, what, how do I mess up the life of my kids? No, they don't do that. But yeah, mistakes may happen. You're not a God, you're human, and sometimes it's okay. Give yourself permission to be going through some errors. That's perfectly okay. Secondly, stop projecting your fear on your kids. Their journey is uniquely theirs, and they will figure it out on this journey. You won't be there forever, so let them learn some lessons while you're there, and you can support them, and let them become their own man and woman in their own rights to figure it out by making some mistakes. Third, you got an obligation to make money. It's a skill you can learn. Every skill is learnable. What you do with the money makes it good or bad. So stop, saying, "Oh, money is evil, money is bad, I'm not going to make it." No, I don't think so. Money is great. If you are a good-hearted, godly person, then you've got an obligation to make that money. Money is currency. It's energy. If you have more energy, you can dissipate more energy. You can oscillate at a certain vibration. Then people will be attracted to you, and obviously, when they're attracted to you, charge them. And as Tony says, make a lot of money and do a lot of great things in the world. So that's all I have to share today. All of a sudden, the views jumped up. We have got okay. If you are tuning in right now, and if you have any questions, let me answer that question for you. Amandeep Singh, great. Amandeep Singh is asking a question to Amandeep Thin. Wow, that's brilliant. How to manage or work on different goals at single time? Don't you think, my friend, that's a very scattered question? Seriously, your quality of question defines the quality of your life you have. I've always said this, and I will say this again. I don't know how many goals you have. I would not recommend that you have more than 3 or at the topmost 4 goals. I mean, you can have 5, I understand, but beyond 5, it's not going to serve you. Maybe you can have a goal for health. You can have a goal for money, let's say, or career or profession. You can have a goal for family, to spend time with them. You can have a goal for going on a spiritual journey, which means meditating on every single day, XYZ. You can have to do charity, which is like fulfilling your need, in terms of a deeper level. Contributing is a phenomenal thing. For a lot of people, they're very successful. They have a lot of money, but they don't have any fulfillment because they are not contributing, because it's one of your biggest needs. So maybe 5 topmost goals you have, and 5 different areas of your life. And then if you work on those 5 goals, the rest, everything will be taken care of. You cannot have, like 10,000 different goals. You cannot have that, in my understanding. You can have topmost 5 goals, which are specific, which obviously, has to be related to your bigger why you want to achieve those goals rather than how. Okay. And coming back, you got to have also accountability system. Who's going to watch you when you're not working on those goals? So my friend, I would suggest, if you have too many goals, then let go of those goals. You cannot juggle 8, 10 balls together. I mean, I know there's an exceptional person who does it, but for most people, I consider myself to be the most common person. So I would juggle maybe 3, maximum 4 balls in one go. That's it. And you're thinking of what? Oh, I really need to go to the next level, whatever, then 5 at the topmost. Beyond that is too much. I would ideally say 3 goals, or 4 goals. One is my health, one is my family, one is my career. Everything comes into it. My profession, business, everything comes into it, and maybe my spiritual journey. That's it. Or maybe charity. That's it. And by the way, doing charity is pretty much godly thing. You're looking after human beings. That means you're looking after God, in my understanding. I hope that helps you, my friend. Okay. And if you want to get some more answers, I would recommend, join me for live, like a webinar or something. I will be doing a webinar on laser focus, which is a lot, based on goal setting. So next month, somewhere around mid of June or something, I will be doing a webinar on laser focus. So if you want to get deeper answers, spend 2.5 hours with me, and I will go deeper onto this topic. Okay, guys, that's all, for today. Lots of love. Stay blessed, and I will connect with you on Saturday. If you've got any questions, bring them along. If you send them in advance, it makes me more prepared to give you a much more enriching answer. I mean, I'm going to give you an answer on the spot as well, but it's just that the answer will be 10, 20%, 30% better. And maybe it could be tailor-made to who you are. I might sometimes check your profile and understand who you are, what you do, and then maybe I can give you some specific examples depending on the industry you are in or the profession you are in. Okay, guys, lots of love. Stay blessed. See you on Saturday. And if you're enjoying our live sessions, then please let people know about it. Bring your friends and family members onto this call, and we will be glad to serve them and inspire them and empower them so that we can go through this phase together. Ciao.